Number 1, what is your name?
My name is Jamie Buxbaum, and cockroaches are my canvas.
Number 2, what is your name?
My name is Jamie Buxbaum, and cockroaches are my canvas.
Number 3, what is your name?
My name is Jamie Buxbaum, and cockroaches are my canvas.
Only one is the real Jamie Buxbaum and has sworn to tell the truth. Now let's meet our panelists. Meshach Taylor, Paula Poundstone, the one and only Kermit the Frog, and from Strip Mall, Tracy Bingham. Here is the star of To Tell the Truth, John O'Hurley.
Oh, thank you, and welcome to another To Tell the Truth. So cockroaches are your canvas, huh? All right. Well, my hair is my medium, and it's acrylic. A big hello to our celebrity panel. It's time to play To Tell the Truth. Oh, what have we here? What have we here? Kermit, it's a joy to have you with us.
Thank you, John. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks.
Well, welcome to the game. And speaking of the game, you know how it's played. All three of our players claim to be the real Jamie Buxbaum. 2 are lying and only 1 has signed a statement swearing to tell the truth. Your job is to find out who that is. So please open up the affidavits that you have in front of you and follow along with me as I read the real testimony of Jamie Buxbaum. I, Jamie Buxbaum, turned cockroaches into American icons. As a college student, my studies included research using cockroaches. One Christmas, I needed to get a present for a friend and noticed that I still had some unused specimens left over from a project. So in the spirit of the season, I turned one lucky little bugger into Father Christmas himself, Santa Roach. Once I saw the joy that it brought to my friends, I got the bug. I began giving more and more roaches their deserved 15 minutes. I've made Elvis Proachley, Bat Roach, and even Johnny Cockroach. In fact, anyone can be a roach, as I will show you. Meshach, if you will open what's in front of you there, you will be taking a look at Me Roach Taylor and Paula Pound Roach. And why not book them in the honeymoon suite at the Roach Motel? Signed, Jamie Buxbaum. All right, panel and audience. All 3 of our players here claim to be the real cockroach wardrobe artist. Which one is it? The questioning begins with Meshach Taylor.
Thank you, John. Number 1, you had a little time on your hands, didn't you? What was your major?
Biology.
Number 2?
Zoology.
Number 3, where did you go to school?
UC Irvine.
And number 2, where did you go to school?
Miami University.
And number 1?
University of Connecticut.
Okay, number 2, what kind of roaches are best for these displays?
The South American giant cockroach works best.
Okay, number 2, are there some other names for this type of cockroach other than cockroach from in Florida where you went to school?
All right, questioning continues with Paula Poundstone.
Number 3, do you make money from this?
Sometimes, yes.
Number 1, do you make money?
I did sell 1, yes.
You did sell 1. Number 2, what research were you doing?
I was raising a cockroach from an egg to an adult, seeing how long it took.
And seeing what outfits it looked best in scientifically?
Yeah.
Number 3, where do you get the roaches that you've made your...
A friend of mine raises them.
You have a friend who raises roaches? Number 3, where do you get your friends? Number 1, where do you get your roaches?
From a biological supply company.
And number 2, where do you get your roaches?
I have a friend who raises them as a hobby.
Interesting hobby.
All right, on to Kermit the Frog.
Well, listen, let me ask you a question. This must take certain materials. Number 1, how do you get these roaches not to sort of decompose on you?
Unfortunately, they are dead, and I usually bake them for a little while.
You bake them?
Yes.
Number 2, what about you?
Yes, I put them in the oven for a couple hours to dry them out.
Okay. Well, listen. Do you actually fit each individual roach? Number three, or do you have a tiny little dress dummy or something?
No, each one is individual.
And do you actually stitch number three these things on the roach, or do you take them off and make them and then fit them on the roach?
Jesus, you've given this a lot of thought.
Well, listen, it's lunch for me.
For you, this is more of a culinary class.
Exactly.
It's a game show,
Exactly.
isn't it? All right,
Bam.
Tracy, on to you.
Okay, three. What project were you working on prior to this?
Okay, well, I was taking a biology class in college, and we were doing experiments on roaches, seeing how they start out as an egg and become an adult. And so there were some dead ones left over, and it was like 2 weeks till Christmas, didn't have any money, so I dressed one up as Santa Claus and gave it as a gift.
Okay, now number two, where do you get your roaches from?
I have a friend who raises them as a hobby.
Why does your friend raise them as a hobby?
She's weird.
Okay.
De facto. Gotta sound it. Time is up. Time for our celebrity panel to lock in their votes without discussion.
Okay.
Is it number one, number two, or number three? And at this time, I'll ask our studio audience to cast their votes as well. And while they're doing that, I'll remind you our team of challengers receives $1,000 for every incorrect vote. We'll be right back to find out how everybody voted and who the real cockroach wardrobe artist is right here on To Tell the Truth.
Do you have a story that can stop our panel? Go to uproar.com and learn how you can be on To Tell the Truth. Want to be an imposter on To Tell the Truth? Go to uproar.com and find out how.
All right. Welcome back to Tell the Truth. One of our challengers is the real cockroach wardrobe artist, Jamie Bucksbaum. The other two are lying. And Meshach, we begin with you. For whom did you vote?
Thank you, John. Well, I tell you, this is so disgusting until I just think it's got to be a guy thing. Not to mention the fact that he's from Florida, where I went to college, and these things fly around all the time. We call them palmetto bugs and mahogany bugs and stuff, but they really are just big-ass cockroaches, and it's number two.
All right, Paula, on to you. For whom did you vote?
When I worked in Florida, we used to throw the phone book on him. That's how you did it. And then, late at night, you hear him scream, right? You get up, go run and throw a phone book on him, and then you get up in the morning, and it would be open to a certain page, and the phone was off the hook. They had ordered something. Well, I thought it was kind of funny that number two, we said, well, why did your friend raise cockroaches? He says because he's weird. Well, if it was you, number two, it doesn't get a lot weirder than dressing them. I think it was number one because she was so apologetic about the fact that she bakes them. She pointed out to us first, well, they are dead after all. You don't have to tell that to me. You can bake them alive. I don't like roaches.
And now on to somebody who makes roaches a staple of his diet.
I certainly like them baked, but I like them marinated in teriyaki myself. But I went with number two, and I have to say, it's not very original, but it's for exactly the same reason as Meshach said, because those big bugs in Miami, I tell you, it's good eating there.
Tracy, on to you. For whom did you vote?
Well, number two, you say that your friend raises them and that because he's weird, but I know weird, but that's really weird. So I'm not going to say you. But number one, you said that, you bake them. My brother used to light them on fire and then do anything. Okay, so I wouldn't say you. So I'm going to go with three because you just seem to be into this thing. You've got that roach thing about you. Yeah. But I mean that in a good way.
Oh, yes. Yes, you've got that roach thing about you. It could be a term of endearment, but time now to find out. You have 2 incorrect votes. $2,000 is split among our team of challengers. Thank you very much for playing To Tell the Truth.
I didn't mean it that way.